Welcome back. It's another week, another time for Power Rankings. As you might notice, we got a new backdrop this week. I'm in a new spot. I've moved, and I'm loving it. I'm a little bit further away than I was downtown from the heart of the city, but I am enjoying it. So, without any further ado, let's get going. We are going to start with the number 12, go all the way to 1. You guys know the drill. Coming in at number 12, dropping 2 spots, is the No Luck Ponies. They're moving to 1 and 4. Adam Vinatieri, I want to talk about him for a second. He is 86 years old, still kicking the ball really well for the Colts. And then Travis Kelce. He had a decent day, but what I'm really worried about is Tyreek Hill going to open things up for Travis Kelce? Tyreek Hill is supposed to be back this week, so it could mean big things ahead for Travis Kelce. Number 11, moving up a spot. And the now married man, Hopkins lymphoma, getting his first win of the year, 1 and 4. You got to talk about DJ Chark, the LSU Tiger, looking fantastic for the Jaguars. I think he's their best receiver. Him and Gardner Minshew have really had a nice connection, and you got to love what you're seeing out of that. Matt Breida, he didn't quite make the starting lineup decision for Galley, but Breida was fantastic. They kind of have a running back by committee going insane for him, but they have a lot of really talented backs. Like to see what Matt Breida can do, and he's really fast. That long touchdown that he had was really impressive. Sorry about that. That brings us to number 10, the Mexi Narcos. Enrico picked up the L this week, but he did see a touchdown catch from Smith-Schuster. A lot of people thought he was going to fall off the face of the earth with Mason Rudolph. Now Mason Rudolph's hurt. But Smith-Schuster caught that touchdown. He looks like he's hopefully going to get back to his ways. He's supremely talented, but not having Ben Roethlisberger does hurt his value a little bit. Then you got Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown catching a touchdown as well. Love to see that. He's not been quite as good the last couple weeks, but you love the chemistry that he has with Lamar Jackson already. I think big things are coming for 2 of them this year and beyond. Jay Money, big time jump from him from the 11th spot to the 9th spot. He got a big win this week. Jay Money looked solid. He played a really good matchup with Off in the Woods. He did beat Off in the Woods. So Jay Money did have a Phillies defense who was fantastic. 2 pick sixes. I had to go against them in the league, and it was tough. They had a really good week this week. The Eagles looked really nice. And then Matt Ryan getting back to his gun-slinging ways. The Falcons' offense is starting to come around, which you'll love to see. So much talent on that offense. They've had a little bit of a slow start, but Matt Ryan's ready to get those boys rolling. Number 8 spot, staying consistent at number 8. I know he's 1 and 4 on a 3-game losing streak, but insert team name here. Hunter, the defending champ, has been unbelievably unlucky. One of the most unlucky that I've seen. He is up there in total points in the league and runs into a buzzsaw every single week. Dalvin Cook was fantastic once again for him, over 100 yards. They're really feeding him the ball in Minnesota. He is a locked-in running back 1. And then I want to talk about Terry McLaurin a little bit. We're kind of going to see what happens with the firing of Jay Gruden. What is the Redskins going to be? They're already a mess over there. They haven't won a game. Does Dwayne Haskins step in after this week? Because I believe they already named Keenum a starter this week, so it doesn't look like Haskins will get a run this week. But what's going to happen with them? I don't know. But Haskins did play with McLaurin in college, so we'll kind of see what happens there. And Scary Terry is a supremely talented receiver as well. Scam Squad moving down from 6 to 7, just a little bit of a drop for Jackson. Still 3 and 2. I know he was wanting some love earlier this year, and he's getting that love. He had a tough matchup with Goff, Hawk, and Lockett. But yeah, he's 3 and 2 on the year. Chris Carson was really solid for him. The Green Bay defense has been really underrated this year. Aaron Rodgers usually kind of has a shit defense, but he got a pretty good D this year, which means the Packers might be in store for some big things, and they got that big win against Dallas this week. That brings us to number 6. Pretty big drop. Gase Ventura, Jet Detective, moving from 2 to 6. That just shows how tight things are. It's a super competitive league this year, which I love. That's why there's quite a bit of changes every week in these power rankings. But Utah got the loss to Galley this week. It was his wedding weekend. I get why he let him win this time. But Gase Ventura, Josh Jacobs, once again, you guys know how much I love Josh Jacobs, even though he is a Raider. He looked great again for Oakland. And then San Francisco's defense. Are they legit or what? I think San Francisco in general is really legit. Still undefeated. They had a huge win over the Browns. The Browns still look like shit. Hopefully they can figure it out. But the Niners defense was really, really good. They have kind of a tough matchup this week, but I picked them up in a couple leagues, and I'm excited about what the 49ers could possibly do moving forward. Takes us to number 5. Goff, Hawk, and Lockett. Huge win for them. Moved to 4-1 on the year. They have a 4-game win streak. They are primely in the playoff race right now. Pretty quick turnaround for Adam. As you know, he took over last year. A little bit of a team in shambles. Had kind of a tough year last year, but he was all about the rebuilding process, and it looks like the rebuild is here. 4-1, good start for Adam. Sony Michel got a touchdown, had 90 yards, even with Devlin being out. You like to see that from Sony. And then Jimmy Garoppolo. Want to talk about him a little bit. I know he was on the bench. Wasn't really close to the start for him because Jared Goff is so fantastic. But Jimmy G's looking really solid. Not as much on a fantasy. He's doing a good job of leading his team right now. But I really like Jimmy G and what he's doing. The Niners, like I mentioned just a minute ago, they're really fantastic. That brings us to number 4, the SEC Network. They got a big win. They are 3-2 on the season. Deshaun Watson. Wow. 5 touchdowns, 400 yards. Like, he was unbelievable. This is the guy you drafted as your quarterback, the second quarterback off the board. Deshaun Watson was fantastic for Torrey. And then Adam Thielen, she just made a trade for him. She bought low on Thielen, and he is ready and primed to be back to his wide receiver one ways. So a huge pickup, a great trade, throws him in the starting lineup the first week, and Adam Thielen was fantastic with those 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. I'd love to see that from SEC Network as they stay consistent at number 4. At number 3, moving down from the number 1 spot, off in the woods. They did get beat this week. They moved down to 3-2, but a humongous week from Amari Cooper. There were so many incredible performances this week. Amari Cooper was one of them. And then the other guy I'm going to mention was actually on his bench. He was on the bench of a lot of people, but Will Fuller. How good was Will Fuller? My goodness, over 200 yards, 14 receptions, 2 tutties. He's the kind of guy that's going to have a stat line of like 3 for 76 and a touchdown. But this motherfucker, 14, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Wow. If this kind of keeps happening with Deshaun Watson and Will Fuller, this Texans team is going to be really, really scary. And they come to Arrowhead this week, so we'll kind of see what happens with that offense. I'm excited for that shootout. I'm actually going to be there myself, really excited for this week to go attend a game. But wow, what an offense and how great they look this week. That leads to number 2. 2 is myself. I moved up from 3-2. I'm 4-1 this year, a little 2-game win streak for me. I was able to get the better of Hunter, but once I said he got really unlucky, my team just went off this week. Aaron Jones, they finally freed him. 4 tutties. Wow. Yeah, he was fantastic. I'm glad they were finally giving him the ball. And then Michael Thomas, he went off this week. I was glad to see that. With Teddy Bridgewater, you didn't know if he was going to put up the same kind of production as he did with Drew Brees, but he was really, really good. I'd love to see that. Locked in wide receiver 1. And then number 1 team, a huge jump. And I know you've been waiting because you know who you are. Run CMC. I know they're only 3-2, but they're jumping from the 7 spot to the 1 spot. I know it's a huge jump, but when you have Christian McCaffrey on your team, you got to be up there, you know. Run CMC, it's the name of the team. Christian McCaffrey, absolutely unbelievable. He's the best back in football, number 1 overall player. As running backs, he is awesome. And then Zach Ertz, he got a touchdown as well. But, man, McCaffrey's going to lead Brett to some big things, so you love to see that for him, you know, as his keeper. Really excited for what he's going to do. So that's our rankings. We got Run CMC at 1, Can't Guard, Micah OBJ at 2, Off in the Woods at 3, SEC Network at 4, Goff, Hawk, and Lockett at 5, Gase, Ventura, Jet Detective at 6, Scam Squad 7, Enter Team Name Here 8, J Money 9, Mexi Narcos 10, Hopkins Lymphoma at 11, and No Luck Ponies at 12. That's it for this week. I wanted to highlight a matchup for you guys. Once again, Goff, Hawk, and Lockett is going to be part of the game of the week, matchup of the week. He's facing off, Adam's facing off with Off in the Woods, Jordo. It's going to be a fantastic matchup, a 3-2 versus 4-1, 2 of the best teams in the league. We have number 3 in the power rankings against number 5. So we'll see what happens with that. Best of luck to everyone. Can't wait to see you next week, and enjoy the rest of your day. This is the Commiss signing off.